Port Arthur landmark, how a new grant could help give Hotel Sabine a second chance.
Plus, one of Camp Mystic's campuses plans to reopen less than a year after the deadly Hill Country floods. Hear from the director on plans to keep campers safe.
And if your New Year's resolution was to exercise more, we're helping you prevent injuries while you improve your health. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a live look outside from the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network here above the 12 News studio in Beaumont. Looks like we've got another pretty sunrise there in the works. Jeff Gerber standing by with the forecast.
Yeah, and it's cold out there this morning. Temperatures have been dropping back down into the 30s this morning. Right now in Beaumont, 39, 38 in Orange, 37 in Silsbee, 36 in Kirbyville, and then 34 in Jasper. Showing around 40 in Kirbyville right now, and then 43 in Port Arthur. So coat probably this morning. By this afternoon, we'll get to about 60, so you might not need the coat. Outside, we have just generally some partly cloudy to a few places, maybe some mostly cloudy skies as the sun's getting ready to come up here right over the 12 News studio as we look off towards the east there, towards downtown Beaumont, which is there towards your left of your screen. As we look at our temperatures today, we'll spend most of the day in the upper 50s, but I think we will get to 60 for an hour or two during the afternoon. And there's a weak weather system moving through Texas with that maybe a few sprinkles or a light shower. We go 20% coverage today, so it won't be much at all. With a west wind about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Later this week, we'll continue to be looking at dry weather, but maybe a little bit warmer and then cooler and then warmer and cooler. We have some fronts coming through. We'll talk about that in just a little bit.
There you go with his rap song. We begin with an alert for LCM parents. Classes at Little Cypress Mauriceville CISD will be delayed 2 hours this morning due to power issues. You can expect the first bell at 10 a.m. and the district is asking that students not arrive before 9:45. The woman who was killed in a weekend shooting at a party in Newton has been identified.
Yeah, police saying that they are looking for the gunman who shot and killed 22-year-old Asia Scott on her birthday and injured 3 others. Chief Will Jackson says Scott was from DeRidder, Louisiana, and he says that the party was in a neighborhood known as The Hill. Now, the shots were fired at 12:30 a.m. after an argument had escalated. Scott was taken to Jasper Memorial Hospital where she died. 3 men also taken to the hospital. 1 was airlifted to Beaumont for further care.
Meanwhile, DPS has identified Dustin Spears as the driver killed in a crash near Buna early yesterday morning. Investigators say the driver of a Chevy pickup tried to pass his truck in a no passing zone. They then tried to move back into the lane to avoid an oncoming car, then hit Spears' truck, which went into a ditch and hit several trees. Spears died at the scene. DPS says the other driver and passenger were not hurt.
A woman is thanking Orange County ESD2 firefighters for saving her 4 animals from dying in a house fire. Now, our 12 News crew was at the scene of this fire, which happened around 6 p.m. yesterday in the 3100 block of Timberlake Drive. Luckily, the homeowner wasn't there at the time. Officials say the home has major fire and water damage. The cause still under investigation.
We're celebrating Golden Triangle growth this morning. A landmark in downtown Port Arthur that once bustled with life could soon get a second chance. Hotel Sabine has been empty for decades, but now the city's applying for a federal grant to clean up some hazardous materials in it. The grant draft outlines plans to abate lead-based material and asbestos from the building.
Yeah, it states that the site is going to be redeveloped into office, retail space, and affordable student housing. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato, she spoke to longtime residents who say this could be incredibly beneficial for Port Arthur.
If you ever see photos of Port Arthur back in the day, you'll see the Sabine Hotel.
Since 1929, the Hotel Sabine stood as a symbol of Port Arthur's busiest days, a place many still remember as the heart of downtown.
To see downtown refurbished and alive again will be a major plus, not only to the citizens of Port Arthur, but to our economy as well.
Built during a time when Proctor Street was packed with shops, restaurants, and parade routes, the hotel was once a gathering place for the community.
There was always a Christmas parade and Christmas shopping, and all the bands and the Red Hussars and everybody would march, and then a lot of us would go into the Sabines.
Now the city is applying for a grant that focuses on removing hazardous materials, making the building safe for future use for office and retail space and student housing.
If the grant is approved, then the city has taken the first step, which is completely mitigating the building from any asbestos, lead-based paint, or other contaminants, so that now it can be prepared for development.
Kelvin Solko with the Solko Group is helping facilitate the grant and says the hotel's size and location make it a key piece of any downtown revival.
Restoring this building, we believe, would restore or regenerate growth here in downtown Port Arthur, and then bring the city back to a semblance of its historical significance.
Hilton Kelly says it's about bringing back the energy that once defined downtown.
To have it back the way it was in its heyday, with all of the hotels, with the restaurants that we once had, it would really be a dream come true.
Spencer Plato reporting there. There is more information about this grant and project available on the Port Arthur City website. Well, the city of Beaumont also want your input for the future of local trails. City leaders, they are exploring new recreational opportunities in existing parks. That includes walking and biking paths and possible off-road motorized trails. Your feedback is going to help guide planning and future grant funding. To share your ideas, you only got 2 weeks. Visit the city website.
The city of West Orange is working on its first ever comprehensive plan for the future of the city, and you have a chance to weigh in. It'll be funded by a $300,000 grant from the Texas General Land Office. City Council has a second meeting scheduled today at West Orange City Hall. It starts at 5:30.
Well, Kerr County commissioners, they are taking the first step toward permanent flood warning systems along the Guadalupe River. And this comes after the devastating and deadly flooding on July 4th of last year. An agreement would use funding provided through Senate Bill 3 to set up systems along the river. Back in December, authorities said that it would be made up of sirens, rain gauges, and a website to track flood conditions and signs with lights that flash during dangerous flooding. Now, backup systems would also be included. And this week, patients will have the chance to enroll their daughters at Camp Mystic for the summer. One of its 2 campuses is reopening at the end of May. The main campus, where 27 campers and counselors lost their lives last July, is closed for now. Megan Reyna spoke with camp director.
So it has been 6 months since the tragedy on July 4th. First off, how are you doing?
God is good. It's been really hard with everything that's happened, but we're appreciative of all the prayers and support, and we're hanging in there.
Britt Eastland may have been born into the camping community, but being here is his choice. He and his wife are the camp directors at Camp Mystic Cypress Lake, the sister campus that opened in 2020, not far from the original campsite off the Guadalupe River.
During the storm, we were here watching over our girls at this campus.
On July 4th, everyone here was okay. But less than a mile away, 25 campers, 2 counselors, and Eastland's father, Dick Eastland, would lose their lives.
The future of this main campus is unclear. The community is still healing, but Eastland told me the decision to reopen the other campus came after a lot of prayer.
If we do it right, that girls will have an amazing experience, and they will gain so much for being together, and it'll be very healing for a lot of them. So we're working really hard at that right now.
Part of that work included making a phone call to a company that didn't even exist 6 months ago. Owen Gari co-founded River Century following the devastating floods. They quickly engineered this flood warning sensor.
We're going to come up with a system that works the same way as a fire alarm in a hotel works, as simple as that.
Gari says once water reaches a certain level and is detected, an alarm similar to 2 ambulances goes off. 4 of these are now installed at Camp Mystic Cypress Lake, and by the end of April, there will be 100 across the Guadalupe River at different campsites and private properties, paid for by local foundations in Camp Mystic.
Our prayers is that never has to go off, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's the idea. But if it does,
then at least we'll know that we gave everybody enough time to get out of here.
Eastland says he understands why some parents may not be ready to send their girls back to camp, but he believes this campus was unscathed by the raging floodwaters for a reason.
It is pretty special that this is here.
Reporting in Hunt, Megan Brayna.
And there are still 2 people missing from the Hill Country flooding. 8-year-old camper Seal Stewart and Jeff Ramsey. State leaders have said they won't stop searching until they're found. Coming up next here on 12 News Plus, a 19-year-old college student in North Austin disappeared 24 years ago this week. A look back at her story. Plus, Eric Jones is live at a local gym with tips on how to prevent injuries while exercising in the new year.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. To the spot welders and forklift drivers. To the pipeline technicians and plant operators. To the chemists, custodians, and contractors. And the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon. Only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, 24 years ago, a 19-year-old college student from Georgetown, north of Austin, disappeared while jogging. Since then, the investigation into Rachel Cook's disappearance has generated more than 2,000 tips to police, yet the case remains unsolved. Bob Buckaloo has this story.
This is the route Rachel Cook took for her morning jog 24 years ago on Nature's Trail near her home northwest of Georgetown. Jogging came naturally to Rachel, an accomplished cross-country runner, home for the holidays from her college classes in California. Vanished. Almost immediately, a search by volunteers, every square foot along that road, inside hidden places, on foot and on horseback. No sign of Rachel. On the second anniversary of her disappearance, yellow ribbons on houses, more flyers, a tree planted in her honor at Georgetown High School. 5 years passed, then 10, then 20, but no sign of Rachel. In 2016, some hope. A tarp-covered car in the hands of Williamson County detectives that was thought to hold DNA clues about Rachel's disappearance, but ultimately it contained no useful information. In 2020, a gathering in her honor back at Georgetown High School, where that tree was planted all those years ago. At that remembrance, her mother, Janet, like everyone, wanted the answer to the question, What happened to Rachel?
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
This past weekend, exactly 24 years since Rachel's disappearance, the Georgetown Police Department issued a statement saying, in part, "We stand united in the hope of finding answers and bringing Rachel home." Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.
Outside, we have a few clouds moving through the area. We're expecting clouds to increase excuse me, a little bit as we head towards later on this morning into this afternoon as a weak weather system slides across the state. Here's the view from the Horseman's Western Store. Our Roofing 911 live Skycam network currently showing 42 degrees over in Orange, humidity at 90% and with a west wind at about 2. And it looks like traffic's not too busy there on I-10 at this early hour. Temperatures right now mixed between 30s and 40s, a lot of more 30s than 40s. 39 in Beaumont, 38 officially in Orange, 37 in Silsbee, 36 in Kirbyville, 34 right now in Jasper, right at 40 in Woodville, and then 43 in Port Arthur. Here's that weak weather system I was talking about. You can kind of see a spin back here, just right along I-10 as we get out of the hill country and out into West Texas there. This is going to be kind of drifting off towards the east, northeast throughout the day, and we'll see this light rain head in our direction. Might see a few sprinkles, a little bit of a light rain shower here and there, but nothing too widespread. We'll only go 20% for today as high pressure is going to squash most of this rain as it moves in our direction. So just a little bit more cloud cover today. Right now, as far as the radar is concerned, a lot of this is not even hitting the ground. This is some light stuff here. There might be a few sprinkles popping up. Looks like over towards Houston there might be a couple of light showers, but we'll go 20% through a good portion of the day, especially later on this morning into the early afternoon. As we look at temperatures today, we'll jump into the 50s by mid-morning, getting up into the 60s as we head toward the afternoon. And you can see Futurecast trying to show maybe a few sprinkles. Most of that stuff should start to thin out, though, before it makes its way in here. And then as we look at later on tonight, we'll see that low pass by to our north. It still could bring a few sprinkles up towards the lakes area as we head towards the early morning hours tomorrow as temperatures drop off into the 40s. So it gets pretty chilly tomorrow morning. So today mostly cloudy. Just a small chance of maybe a little bit of light rain. Temperatures around 60. And then for tonight, middle to lower 40s. Partly cloudy skies in general. Southwesterly winds at about 3 to 8. 7-day forecast after today really doesn't have any rain in it. And shows those temperatures kind of bouncing around once again. 67 on Wednesday, 56 on Thursday, 68 on Friday, back to 60 over the weekend. So we'll see numbers kind of up and down thanks to a couple of fronts coming through the area. And morning lows are going to continue to be chilly, if not cold. We'll see either 40s or 30s through the weekend into early next week. So make sure you keep that jacket handy. We'll definitely need it every morning, the afternoon, especially Wednesday and Friday afternoons. Not too bad. We'll be getting close to almost 70.
I have no notes, Jeff. This is a perfect forecast right here. I was enjoying a walk outside yesterday, so up in the Lumberton area. It was very pretty.
Yeah, I saw that on your story.
That's right.
Always into some nature.
That's right. Got to get out there while you can. Great weather in Southeast Texas.
Somebody got to do it.
Somebody's got to, yeah.
Thank you, guys. Well, just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Well, as the new year begins, millions of Americans are committing to fitness and weight loss goals.
But health experts warn jumping in too fast could lead to injury. Top News reporter Derek Jones live at Planet Fitness. He back on that treadmill. He had to slow it down
yes,
a bit.
He did. That elliptical too much.
Don't want to be doing too much, Marketia. The CDC says that physical activity increases in January because people are trying to increase their physical activity for New Year's resolution goals. In January, gyms and fitness centers see a surge in new members, many focused on losing weight and improving their health. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, injuries often increase this time of year as people move too quickly into intense workouts. Orthopedic surgeon Clayton Hodges with Christus St. Elizabeth says that main mistake he sees patients attempting is to do 3 months of work in 3 weeks. He says a way to prevent that is setting reasonable goals.
You start at maybe 25% of that. So if my goal is to run 15 miles a week, I'd start much lower than that. Say, okay, my goal this week is 5 miles. If you do it at that pace, you're much more likely to have sustainability. It's kind of frustrating and you feel like, well, I'm not working as hard as I should early on.
Dr. Hodges says not doing this could cause injuries like tendinitis, tendon inflammation, shin splints, and stress fractures in the foot. He says soreness is normal after workouts, but if you are feeling pain, you should stop immediately. Another way to prevent an injury is to making sure that you're stretching before you work out and to stay hydrated. Live here in Beaumont, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, keep up the pace out there. 7:20 right now. Time for some trending news. And video has gone viral out of Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado after some skiers triggered an avalanche.
Yeah, crazy video we're about to show you. This is what they caught on camera. It happened in a narrow chute in shallow snow. While everyone made it out okay, one skier dislocated their shoulder when they grabbed a tree and was briefly buried before resurfacing. I bet that was so painful. The group shared their video with the Colorado Avalanche Information Center in hopes of educating others about how easy it is to trigger an avalanche.
You see that one guy just get pulled away.
Yeah, he's just like riding on the snow almost.
And all of a sudden you get all covered up by dangerous stuff. Be careful if you ever go skiing.
All right, well, sports brawls aren't unusual. Sometimes they go viral.
That's right, but one video of a hockey fight in central Pennsylvania started making the rounds on social media for some odd reasons. First, this game had very young players, like under 8 years old here. Second, these kids, they were dropping gloves, throwing punches, even cross-checking, no adults stepping in. And third, most importantly, this fight was all reportedly staged. So who's responsible for all this, and why were the adults okay with it? We may never know. Apparently, an investigation is underway. This actually happened at an adult, professional, but minor league game, and they did this during the intermission.
Maybe it's all done to bring attention to something, maybe even attention to those groups that were playing. I don't know.
I think they were being silly. Dozens of people and their dogs coming together in California this weekend. They did it to make a boy's birthday wish come true.
Definitely will put a smile on your face, this story here. The boy's mom posted on social media saying Quinn, who's on the autism spectrum, just wanted to pet dogs for his big day. She said he'd seen a video of a man who made it his birthday. Look how he's petting the puppy. He loved the idea, so she asked her neighbors on next door, doggy kids, to take their dogs to the city park to help make his birthday brighter.
Online post and thought what a wonderful opportunity to come out and make a difference, and we all need little acts of kindness right now, little ripples of kindness. It's a good thing for the community. It makes us feel good too, and such an easy way to make a great kid's day. And who doesn't love petting dogs?
It's so easy to be kind, you know.
Absolutely.
So easy.
I tell you what, I would love a dog party for my birthday.
Really?
I think that's great. Heck yeah.
Don't you have cats?
I have cats, but I like dogs too, you know. Some people want to spend time with people. I just want a bunch of dogs to come around.
All right.
They're cute and fuzzy.
Okay, we'll remember that.
Yep.
Make sure Jeff gets you a dog.
Yep, thank you, Jeff.
7:23 now. Speaking of Jeff, he'll be back with that forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
All right, lovers, in just over a month, it'll be time to show your main squeeze some love. So here are the most popular Valentine's Day gifts across the country. 44% of people surveyed by Statista say they grab candy or sweets. 33% opt for cards and 32% go for flowers. 29% book dinner reservations, but the best gift is time spent with your loved one. What you getting me, Gerb?
I'm thinking you're probably a flowers.
Yes.
Flowers lady, yeah.
So bring me a dozen.
Yeah, well.
That Friday.
Well, it's winter time, so we don't get too many flowers.
You could go to Walmart.
Out there. Well, we'll see. Need a jacket out there this morning. It's cold, cool at recess 57. Still kind of cool on the way home with temperatures just around 60 today. Coastal marine forecast calling for a light north wind at 5 knots. Seas only about a foot. Mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays. High tide at 2:48 this afternoon. Our sunset tonight's at about 5:37. Right now, northeasterly winds at Texas Point with water temperatures now in the middle 60s.
And coming up here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, testimony set to continue today in the trial of former Uvalde CISD officer who is expected to take the stand today.
Plus, new developments in what has been a recent murder mystery in Ohio. The doctor now charged in connection with the deaths of a dentist and his wife.
And helping Southeast Texans prevent injury while exercising, Derek Jones has a live report.
And the time 7:27. We'll be back with more news and weather in just a bit.
Well, good morning, Southeast Texas, and thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now is 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. Isaiah Wilson was arrested Sunday after Beaumont police say he had a gun on campus at Smith Middle School. Investigators say he did not have permission to have the gun there and broke state law. Officers also found he had active warrants out of Harris County. He's still in the Jefferson County Jail this morning.
A woman is out of her home after it caught fire in Beaumont yesterday. Fire crews responded to the 8200 block of White Road just before 3 p.m. They worked to put out those flames for nearly 2 hours. Thankfully, no injuries reported here. The cause still under investigation.
And we have an alert for LCM parents. Classes at Little Cypress Mauriceville CISD will be delayed 2 hours this morning due to power issues. You can expect the first bell at 10 a.m. and the district is asking that students not arrive before 9:45.
All right, we're taking a live view outside here from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Jasper. Jeff Gerber with the forecast.
And you can see we have a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover out there this morning. We have a weak weather system moving across the state that could provide us with a few sprinkles, a little bit of light rain as we get in towards later on this morning, this afternoon. Temperatures right now, it's cold, 35 right now in Kirbyville, 36 in Silsbee, Beaumont, orange at 38, 34 in Jasper, and showing right around 40 in Woodville and 43 in Port Arthur. Once again, we'll take you up to Jasper where we have some clouds coming in because of that weak disturbance. We'll shift over to Port Arthur where we still see a little bit of cloud cover, but a lot of blue there as well. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. As we look at our forecast for today, we'll go with highs near 60, maybe some lower 60s up towards the lakes, and a small chance for a couple of showers here and there, a little bit of sprinkle as that weak weather system moves across Texas for this morning into this afternoon. We'll see west winds today between about 3 and 8 miles per hour. Looks like the rest of the week looks pretty dry, and we'll see temperatures jumping between the 60s and the 50s. We'll look at that forecast in just a bit.
Testimony continues today in the trial of former Uvalde CISD police officer Adrian Gonzalez.
More witnesses are expected to take the stand as prosecutors continue their case on 29 counts of child endangerment. KENS 5's Rania Carr is in Corpus Christi with what we can expect.
This morning will begin with what was arguably the most emotional testimony of Monday. Prosecution and defense will continue questioning the sole survivor of the classrooms that were targeted in the shooting. In room 111, Arnulfo Reyes had turned on a movie for his 14 students before horror erupted.
What did you see?
A black shadow.
And what was the black shadow doing?
The black shadow was holding a gun, and I know that he was holding a gun because I just saw the fire come out of the gun.
Reyes taking gunfire before the shooter targeted his kids.
He hit me on my arm, and that's when I fell to the ground. And then after I fell to the ground, he came around and he shot the kids.
His testimony wrapping up day 6 of another difficult day in the Nueces County courtroom, which began with 3 Texas Rangers taking the stand. The prosecution believes former Uvalde CISD officer Adrian Gonzalez failed to act and concentrated on his training.
So when an officer hears shooting but can't see shooting, what does the officer do?
Runs to the shooting.
His training is definitely, the standards are set to isolate, distract, and neutralize.
Defense has maintained that Gonzalez acted with what he knew, with defense attorney Nico LaHood even using a foam orange handgun to discuss tactics.
I know what you meant by it, because a police officer that's dead is no good to anybody, right?
That's correct.
Victims' families were in the courtroom Monday when graphic images and even surveillance video of the shooting was shown. They'll be in the courtroom again this morning at 9 a.m. when court resumes in the Nueces County Courthouse. In Corpus Christi, I'm Rania Kaur, sending it back to you.
That was Rania Kaur reporting. We have gavel-to-gavel coverage of the trial on 12 News Plus. You can watch the trial at any time. Just download the app on your TV and watch for free. Switching gears now, the woman who was killed in a weekend shooting at a party in Newton has been identified. Police say they're looking for the gunman who shot and killed 22-year-old Asia Scott on her birthday and injured 3 others. Chief Will Jackson says Scott was from DeRidder, Louisiana. He says the party was in a neighborhood known as The Hill. Shots rang out around 12:30 a.m. after an argument escalated. Scott was taken to Jasper Memorial Hospital, where she died. 3 men were also taken to the hospital. One was airlifted to Beaumont for further care.
And DPS has identified Dustin Spears as the driver killed in a crash near Buna early yesterday morning. Investigators say the driver of a Chevy pickup tried to pass his truck in a no passing zone. They then tried to move back into his lane to avoid an oncoming car. That's when they hit Spears' truck, which went into a ditch and hit several trees. Spears, he died at the scene. DPS says the other driver and passengers not hurt.
A woman is thanking the Orange County ESC2 firefighters for saving her 4 animals from dying in a house fire. Our 12 News crew was at the scene of the fire, which happened around 6 p.m. yesterday in 3100 block of Timberlake Drive. Luckily, the homeowner wasn't there at the time. Officials say the home has major fire and water damage. The cause is still under investigation.
Now to some Power City news. Newton County Commissioner Bubba Powell is responding after questions were raised about a potential carbon capture project in his precinct. Powell says legally the county has no direct authority to stop projects like that since Texas counties can't regulate private land use. He does say, though, that they can advocate for residents and participate in the public comment process. Public meetings are going to be held soon to share more information about this carbon capture project. We'll keep you updated.
Across the nation, an Ohio doctor is now charged in connection with the deaths of an Ohio dentist and his wife. Reed Binion reports.
A vascular surgeon accused of killing his ex-wife and her current husband appeared in an Illinois courtroom Monday.
Your name, sir, for the record? Michael McKee.
Michael David McKee was arrested on Saturday on 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique Tepe. They were found dead with apparent gunshot wounds on December 30th in their Ohio home with their 2 young children inside. The children, ages 4 and 1, were not physically harmed. Monique Tepe was married to Michael McKee briefly. They were divorced nearly a decade ago. Most recently, McKee was listed as a vascular surgeon at OSF St. Anthony Medical Center in Rockford, Illinois. His arrest ended a days-long manhunt during which Columbus police released surveillance footage showing an unidentified, quote, person of interest walking in an alley near the couple's home. During the time frame, investigators think they were killed. Police haven't said if McKee is believed to be the person in the video. At his hearing in Illinois Monday, McKee waived his right to an extradition hearing. His lawyer requested a speedy return to Ohio so he can plead not guilty in the case. Meanwhile, heartbroken relatives of the victims are still reeling from the shock of the killings.
They lived for their children. Their lives became about their children.
How do you tell a 4-year-old that, she's never going to see her parents again?
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Well, the man charged in connection with setting fire to a Mississippi synagogue appeared in court Monday. Stephen Spencer Pittman appeared in a U.S. District Court where he is charged with arson for allegedly setting the Beth Israel congregation on fire early Saturday morning. Now, he has been charged with maliciously damaging or destroying a building by means of fire or an explosive. According to the affidavit, Pittman confessed to lighting the fire, telling law enforcement officials that he targeted it because of its Jewish ties. He said that he broke a window at the synagogue with an axe, poured gas inside the building, and used a torch lighter to start the blaze. Now, luckily, no one was injured in this blaze. Pittman did sustain non-life-threatening burns, and he went to the hospital on his own. If convicted, Pittman faces 5 to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000.
Federal immigration enforcement is making its presence felt across Minnesota with activity reported at Target stores and in their parking lots. According to a Minnesota state representative, 2 Richfield Target employees were detained by U.S. Border Patrol on January 8th. Both are said to be U.S. citizens. The incident, which was captured on video by bystanders, occurred a day after a Minneapolis woman was fatally shot by an Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent in South Minneapolis. Representative Michael Howard of Minnesota says he has been in contact with both employees and they have since been released. Target has declined to comment. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement, Border Patrol arrested a U.S. citizen for assault. They have not clarified which individual was arrested. At many public schools, students And Minneapolis stayed home on Monday. It's in the midst of what many feel are safety concerns following the deadly ICE shooting last week.
Yeah, the district is offering families the option of remote learning for the month of January. Derek James spoke to students who are speaking out about ICE presence near schools and bus stops.
As students returned to class Monday, planned walkouts took place across the metro. From Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis, where an ICE operation took place last Wednesday near where Renee Good was killed.
No more ICE!
To Roseville. And here in Maple Grove, these student walkouts are a show of solidarity and concern, not only for classmates, but for their communities as a whole.
My church has been getting threats because it was associated with Renee Good. I know a lot of my friends who might not necessarily even be immigrants are feeling fear just on the possibility of being racially profiled.
The Maple Grove protest stayed on campus with speeches, a short march, and a remembrance for Renee Good.
The heart of the message is to express our need for justice.
Roseville area high schoolers walked from their school to the Grace Church parking lot, stopping along the way on the Hamlin Avenue pedestrian bridge. At Roosevelt High School, many of the students saw Border Patrol agents come on school property as school was getting out. Their message? Stay away. While the districts have not endorsed the protests, they have acknowledged the weight of the moment and students' First Amendment rights in letters to parents. A freedom students say is needed now more than ever.
If you don't speak up, then it's going to continue happening.
Still ahead on Daybreak, many Americans aim to exercise more this year, but doctors warn of a rise in January injuries. 12 News reporter Derek Jones has tips to stay safe. Up next, it's flu season, and the country is seeing an all-time high in cases. We're talking to a Southeast Texas doctor about ways you can protect yourself and your family.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
We're back with a health alert. Take a look at this map right now. The CDC estimates there have been more and 15 million cases of the flu across the U.S. this season, making it the worst in nearly 30 years. You can see Texas is experiencing very high levels this year. The problem, it's still early in the season. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabata-Palau spoke to Southeast Texans who say they're doing the best to stay healthy, and a doctor who has some tips.
Flu season, it's been bad in the past few years, but this time it's horrible.
It's flu season and a new strain is spreading. It's known as String K.
Well, it got to us a day before Christmas. My youngest started vomiting, but he was just sad and with a fever for 2 days.
Susie Diaz says her Christmas holiday was spent taking care of her kids. First, it was her son, and then the flu spread throughout the family. She says now that they are flu-free, they don't want to get it again.
I try to clean them every day. Once they get home from school, they take off their uniform, take a shower, and I just try to keep them clean.
1. Precautions that are necessary, according to Dr. Elizabeth Gershberg with Christus Trinity Clinic.
Also making sure to having really good hand hygiene and washing your hands. If you're going into an airport or a really busy area, you can wear a mask and just be mindful of people who are coughing.
And the impacts are serious. The CDC is reporting a near record number of hospital visits because of the flu. Dr. Gershberg says she's treating up to 10 flu patients a day at her office and is urging her patients to consider their options.
I recommend all my patients to get the yearly flu vaccine.
Kirbyville resident Catherine Sparks says she got her shot because she needs to stay healthy in order to take care of her husband, who is diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
I must keep myself healthy because I'm the only one there to take care of him.
But like Sparks, she also protects herself for others.
It's also important for me to stay healthy so that I don't spread it to anyone else. I like to help people, and most of the time, the best way I can help people is stay healthy.
According to Dr. Gershberg, this new strain has all the same symptoms but could last longer. For a list of places offering the flu vaccine, head to 12newsnow.com.
Getting ready to walk out the door, you're looking at partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies right here from our 12 News studio. You can see just partly cloudy skies off in the distance there. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live SkyCam network. As we look at temperatures, starting to work our way up into the upper 30s for Beaumont and Orange at 38. Still hanging back in the middle 30s for Silsbee at 36, Kirbyville at 35, and then 34 up in Jasper. Right around 40 in Woodville, and then we're showing 43 now in Port Arthur. Have a weak weather system. You can clearly see it moving across the state of Texas, and the rain with this is pretty light stuff. It's some light spotty showers out there. Brought a little bit of rain to San Antonio this morning, maybe bringing a little bit of light rain up into Austin, heading up, looks like maybe towards Waco. Area of low pressure back here spinning around. You can see that spin back there, just say north of Big Bend, and it's going to continue to work towards the east, northeast throughout the day, and that could spread a couple of sprinkles or a little bit of light rain here in our area. Right now, we don't really see anything on radar. A lot of this stuff that's showing up is not even reaching the ground. So you might run into a little bit of light rain, a couple of sprinkles here and there, but the rain coverage is only about 20% for today. Our futurecast doesn't show much through the morning and then brings in maybe a little bit of light rain towards lunchtime into the early afternoon. Like I said, not much of a coverage there. We'll get up to around 60 for today, 50s for this evening, and then 40s as we head towards tomorrow morning. That area of low pressure goes by overnight into tomorrow morning. And as it slides by, once again, it still could bring us a slight chance of a couple of sprinkles, but nothing too heavy as we head through later on tonight into the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy. We'll go that 20% chance of maybe a light rain today. Temperatures around 60, and then for tonight, middle to lower 40s across southeast Texas. So no 30s. It won't be cold, but it'll be very chilly to start off on your Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, we shoot up to 67. We have a front coming through late in the day. That will knock us back to 56 as we head towards a high on Thursday. Then we shoot back up to 68 ahead of another front coming on Friday. Late Friday, the front comes in and we'll see cooler weather as we head towards the weekend. Not a big drop off here, but we'll see lower 60s for Saturday, Sunday, and then maybe some upper 50s for Monday. And then morning lows are going to be cold. On some mornings, we're talking about some upper 30s, and other mornings, we're seeing some lower 40s. So It's wintertime, and we're feeling wintertime temperatures here over the next week.
We haven't got like freezing cold yet, where we have to, follow the 4 Ps. I don't think so.
We haven't got that cold. I've seen a few winters here where we've dipped below freezing for a couple of hours, and that's been it for the whole winter.
Yeah.
So this winter so far has not been too bad.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. Thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can.
Well, just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. As the new year begins, millions of Americans are committing to fitness and weight loss goals.
Yeah, but health experts warn that jumping in too fast, that can lead to injury. That's why we got 12 News reporter Derek Jones down there live at Planet Fitness. I was hoping for a hula hoop on this live shot.
Hula hoop.
All right, Derek, how's it going out there?
You know, Mark, got to start off slow, and the CDC reports that physical exercise increases every January because people have that as their New Year's resolution goal. Now in January, gyms and fitness centers are seeing a surge of members, many focused on losing weight and improving their health. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, injuries often increase this time of year as people move too quickly into intense workouts. Orthopedic surgeon Clayton Hodges with Christus St. Elizabeth says not properly stretching could also cause injury as well.
Sitting on the floor, stretching out our hamstrings, stretching out our calves. And what we found is that actually increases the risk of injury a little bit when we've looked at it in studies. So dynamic stretching is what we recommend at the beginning of workouts now, and that's doing things like arm circles, which seems a little ridiculous, but that helps get the body moving.
Dr. Hodges says not stretching in too intense workouts could cause injuries like tendinitis, tendon inflammation, shin splints, and stress fractures in the foot. He also shares that if you're feeling any soreness, that you can stop, and if you're feeling soreness, it's okay, but if you're feeling pain, you should stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some arm circles to relax.
All right, Derek, keep those arm circles go clockwise and counterclockwise. All right, congratulations here to the Alabama Coshada Indian Nation Volunteer Fire Department on the addition of their newest fire truck, tanker number 2. The new tanker strengthens emergency response, and it helps protect lives and property. And thank you for all the work those volunteer firefighters do out there. And when Daybreak returns here on 12 News Plus, we have more news and weather in your morning rush hour. Your time, 7:52.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Boma.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand. slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
And welcome back to Daybreak, 7:55 right now. Time for your morning rush out.
It's everything you need to know as you start your day. Classes at Little Cypress Mauriceville CISD will be delayed 2 hours this morning due to power issues. The first bell will ring at 10 a.m. and the district's asking students not to arrive before 9:45.
City of Beaumont wants your input on the future of its local trails. It's exploring new recreational opportunities in existing parks, and this includes walking and biking paths and the possibility of off-road motorized trails. Your feedback is going to help guide planning and future grant funding, so be sure to participate in the survey. It's available on the city's websites.
TxDOT has announced a traffic pattern change starting today for drivers in Dayton. This is for Highway 90 between Sunset Heights and Highway 146. Westbound traffic will shift to new detour lanes and a concrete barrier will be in place so drivers won't be able to turn left in the area. You can visit the TxDOT Beaumont Facebook page for a full map.
Look at our 7-day forecast. We have a small chance of rain today with just a sprinkle or a little bit of light rain as a weak weather system pushes through the state in through southeast Texas here. Temperatures around 60, and then we'll be even warmer tomorrow before our next front comes through. That one will go through dry. We'll see temperatures dropping back into the 50s. We warm back up into the upper 60s on Friday. Another front means we're looking at temperatures in the 60s or lower 60s for the weekend.
All right, check out these photos taken by Bridge City student Mackenzie Cook. She won first place in a photography contest from Traditions Portraits. Mackenzie, she's the high school yearbook's editor-in-chief, and her photos got the top spot even though 53 schools sent in submissions. She won $300 gift card, and custom banner is going to be sent to the high school. How cool is that? She get recognized nationwide.
Sounds like Mackenzie's got the eye.
Yes, she
yeah,
does.
some of those photos are great.
Yes. Especially the first one, the running one. I wonder if that's the one.
That might be.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
We'll be back at 11.
Have a great day.